Good morning, dear friends. I am Dr. Reginam Linus, Associate Professor of Electrical Engineering Department at Sanjay Godawati University, Kolhapur. The last lecture under modeling of electrical machines, we have learned about when the rotor is excited, when the rotor is in salient pole, and how the stator flux linkage will be. Accordingly, how one can derive this equation of stator inductance in terms of direct axis inductance as well as quadrature axis inductance. So in this lecture, I am going to summarize all those derivations, how that inductance and how it will be vary, everything I am going to summarize it, so that in the next lecture we can continue with how one can model this different machine, AC machines and DC machine as well. So let me share my screen. I hope it is very visible to you, that the screen is visible to you. In the last class, we have normally found that two types of machine. One is salient pole machine and another one is non-salient pole machine. So the non-salient pole machine, in this sense, stator is like this, then rotor also in the same fashion, be like this. In this all the derivations, we are not ignoring the stator slots, as well as that we are assuming that all the stator windings are uniformly distributed. Till this last derivations, we have considered one winding in the stator as well as one winding in the rotor. Accordingly, we have found out the self-inductance and mutual inductance. In normal cases, the stator windings are uniformly distributed in the stator. So accordingly, we have to derive the inductance with respect to the total conductors in this particular region. So this all those things already derived in this NPTEL lecture by Dr. Krishna Vasudevan at IIT Madras. I will show this entire link in this my description also, so that you can easily go and refer it. The aim of this lecture in this channel is only I am going to concentrate after basic derivations, how one can derive this model this model this electrical machines in this MATLAB simulation. So we know we will call this is called as non-salient pole motor. Non-salient pole motor, and then another one salient pole motor. Salient pole motor. The salient pole motor, this is again the stator, and rotor windings. Rotor is like this. Rotor, already we know there is having small air gap length LGD, and there is having large air gap length LGQ. So let me summarize how one can do with the non-salient pole motor. For self-inductance of the stator, how we have found out, we will excite the stator and find out the flux linkages of the stator divided by unit stator current is called as self-inductance. We come to know this is also independent of the rotor angle, independent of rotor angle. That means it is always constant, whatever may be the rotor angle. Whether the rotor position is here or here, it will be different. It will be always constant. Then rotor inductance also. Then the rotor inductance, how we can find out? We have to excite the rotor and a stator flux linkage, rotor flux linkage divided by the rotor current is called as rotor inductance. This is also independent of rotor angle. Independent of the rotor angle. This is also always constant with respect to rotor angle. Then finally we found out this mutual inductance between stator and rotor. How we have find out mutual inductance and stator and rotor? We have to excite the rotor and find out what is the flux linkages in the stator, and that flux linkage divided by unit current in the rotor is called as mutual inductance, or otherwise we have to excite the rotor stator and find the flux linkages in the rotor divided by unit stator current is called as mutual inductance. We derived this mutual inductance MSR is nothing but M maximum magnitude M into cos theta r. So that mutual inductance which will vary with respect to rotor angle. With respect to rotor angle. Now, self-inductance, salient pole rotor. The salient pole rotor, if you want to find out the flux linkage, stator self-inductance, flux linkages in the stator divided by current which is flowing through the stator. So now, this flux linkages in the stator which vary with respect to small air gap length and large air gap length. Small air gap length and large air gap length. So accordingly, the stator flux linkage have the component of flux linkage due to small air gap length plus flux linkage due to large air gap length. Flux linkage due to small air gap length and flux linkage due to large air gap length. So accordingly, we can write this so that we will finally derive this equation of self-inductance of the stator is nothing but Ls is equal to Ld plus Lq divided by 2 plus Ld minus Lq divided by 2 into cos theta. Whenever there is no saliency in the rotor, self-inductance of the stator as well as self-inductance of the rotor are same or constant. But when there is a saliency, self-inductance of the stator which will vary with respect to rotor angle. Then what about the rotor inductance? Rotor inductance is nothing but we have to excite the rotor and find out the flux linkages in the rotor divided by current which is flowing through this rotor. So for deriving that, we know already that if suppose if this is a stator and if the rotor position is like this, again another position, if this is the stator, the rotor position is like this. If we excite stator or rotor, if, for example, if we excite the stator, flux lines will move like this, right? So if we excite here also, flux lines will move like this. So all the time this air gap length is constant. LGD only it is contributing. Here also LGD only not contributing. LGQ is not at all contributing. Therefore, in this case also, the reluctance is air gap length is always constant. Therefore, LR is independent of rotor angle. Independent of rotor angle. LR is independent of rotor angle. Then final case, we have, if suppose this, but we should again understand what is the mutual inductance between. Already I told you that we have initially in this all this derivation whatever we have done already, only we consider stator is having only winding, rotor is also has only one conductor, and accordingly we have derived this equation. So I already told you, if you want to make it in three-phase system, in the three-phase system, in the sense stator windings are distributed, right? The stator windings are distributed. So if this is the stator, for example, that R phase windings are like this. R phase windings are like this. Then Y phase windings are, maybe I can use another one color. Y phase windings are like this. Then B phase winding will be this way. So now here current is entering in this place, current is entering and current is leaving here. Current winding will be like this, it will be entered and it will come out, then it will come here, then like that those windings will be go, so that we can have this conductor here. So the coil span of 120 degree, then so this is, we can call it as R dash, similarly Y dash Y, then P dash B. So like that we have coils are distributed. So in this case, if we want to find out, this is also one rotor also, it will be there, salient pole rotor. In this case, if you find the rotor, if you find this mutual inductance between the stator, how we will find out? For example, we have R and Y phase. How we will find out the mutual inductance between the stator? We have to excite the rotor and find out the flux linkages of this Y phase. So flux linkages of the Y phase divided by the flux linkages of that the flux linkages of this Y phase divided by the current which is flowing through the R phase is nothing but the mutual inductance between the two stator winding. So in this case, mutual inductance between the stator windings can be rated as LD into let me take another one slide. Mutual inductance with the stator is nothing but LD into cos theta into cos of del minus theta plus LQ into sin theta into sin of del minus theta. So now mutual inductance between the stator when two windings which is having that angle of displacement of electrical angle of del, we have the formula of this. So del is there in three-phase system. Del is maybe, for example, if it is R and Y, del is maybe 120 degree. Then R and B, del is maybe 240 degree. So we have to substitute and find out this mutual inductance. So once again, I would like to summarize this, some of the points I would like to explain today now, especially if we are in this modeling, we are not at all considering the stator slots. Then three-phase windings are distributed winding. So the distributed winding, if you consider the self-inductance as well as mutual inductance, all those formulas are same. LD plus LQ by 2 plus LD minus LQ by 2 into cos theta. You can derive like that. I don't like to repeat again the same thing to continue. Moreover, this channel is only concentrating how one can do the MATLAB simulation for this machine modeling. So that if you want to know, if you would like to know further about how the derivations will be, the derivation is already available in the NPTEL lecture by Dr. Krishna Vasudevan from IIT Madras. You can refer it. Even in the description also, I will show that what is the show the links also. You can utilize that. In the forthcoming lecture, I am going to explain why we need to go for three-phase to two-phase system and why we need to go for two-phase to three-phase system, everything, and with the MATLAB simulation also. I hope these topics are very much understandable, and those who are interested in this channel, kindly subscribe it and press the bell button also, so that the forthcoming lectures you can easily trace out and improve your knowledge. I hope you are fine and safe. Wish you all the best. Thank you.